We can think of kind of back to Silicon Valley many years ago, where you've got startups in all directions, all doing a little bit with really smart people who've got a bright idea. And the quantum ecosystem and the quantum kind of field at the moment is really very similar to that. I don't think any one industry can pretend, or company can pretend, that they've got experience in every part of quantum. You know, you've got quantum computing, quantum internet, quantum key distribution, quantum sensing, quantum cryptography. And I think it's more helpful to recognize that we have strengths in one area and we want to bring partners together so we can give the full opportunity to our customers. All the 5 stages.
The thing about ecosystem development is it happens over a period of time, and it changes and fluctuates. So one of the things that is challenging with quantum computing is that you picture that refrigerator of frozen qubits as the only thing that quantum computing is. And it's not, because beyond that, there's the technology that actually makes it happen, which is kind of hard to get broken into because there's specialist technologies. But there's the whole ecosystem around the software frameworks, the delivery models, the data analysis models that have to go around the outside of it, as well as a long pipeline of talent development. So the universities and academic institutions need to be involved, as well as basic retraining. And not just retraining for the technical people. We also need an ecosystem of professional training so that our communities of quantum system solution buyers, the customer market, needs to also be educated.
Having physical hubs where people can come together and brainstorm on these technologies, they're really quite complex in some degree. And some of the algorithms we're coming up with over time are really quite difficult. And we find that standing in front of a whiteboard and discussing different things really brings out the innovation. So bringing businesses together in one place and letting ideas spark is how we're going to get the most value out of quantum.
The thing at the moment is that we're doing a lot of research into the development of quantum technology, but not enough focus in on how we're actually going to be using it. A lot of organizations, both public sector and private sector, are in a position where they know quantum's coming, but they're not even ready for artificial intelligence today in terms of their data organization. So there's a lot of different pieces of work that need to be done. Now, what government can do in particular is to facilitate the availability of information and engagement across multiple sectors.
Quantum computing is able to speed up and improve some AI and ML techniques. There's a few methods that can be optimized their learning processes to speed up AI learning. And there are some processes where we can expect better outcomes using quantum and annealing technologies. So bringing that together, as well as considering a hybrid environment where we use AI to pre or post-process the information that we pass to quantum. Quantum computers aren't going to be data analytics tools. They're going to be able to run probabilistic situations, and some in advance of the data we pass to quantum, we might want to run some AI on the results of that to make sure we're getting the most value. At the moment, we've got 3 different types of quantum technology hardware. You're looking at your superconducting, your trapped ion, and your photonic quantum computers. And there are pros and cons to all of those technologies, and it's really not clear in the market which one's going to win out. So for businesses looking to invest now, we're encouraging them to focus on the opportunities. What are the use cases that we know we will be able to apply all quantum computers to, and how can you ready yourself for those opportunities? We can expect quantum computing to be around within about 5 years, and we know the timescales for preparing. You know, you've got to hire, you've got to find budget, you've got to add it to your strategy, you've got to collect your data, all of that to prepare for quantum computing. And if you want to be able to take advantage of quantum computing as soon as it's available, we need to be starting now. We need to be educating and really focusing on opportunities. So we're helping businesses with our quantum value assessment, highlight those use cases and look at the roadmap for what needs to happen when to make sure we're taking advantage.
It's vital that organisations engage with where quantum is taking us now. So there are use cases that we can immediately solve. The Fujitsu digital annealer, for example, is a technology that we've deployed widely across the commercial sector. We think has massive applications in the public sector and in defence and national security as well. It is genuinely world leading. There was a Nature paper published just a few weeks ago that describes how the Fujitsu annealer of 2 years ago led the world, genuinely led the world. And now it's 92% more capable than it was then, and it's solving problems for our customers. So that's a quantum-inspired technology that shows the path to true quantum, in this case in combinatorics or combinatorial optimization. Equally, as I said before, with emerging technology, by the time you react, you're behind. So the most forward-thinking of our clients and customers are saying, well, what can quantum computing do for us tomorrow? And therefore, what do we need to do today? Because breakthroughs are non-linear, and we might have the breakthrough in quantum computing far sooner than we expect. I'll give you one example. When Pascal and Q&Co, two exciting quantum startups in France, merged earlier this year, they said they would have a true quantum computer within 3 years. And that 3-year time horizon is judged to be a credible claim. Not that it will happen, but that it's credible that they might. But if we have true quantum within 3 years, it's too late to start thinking about it tomorrow. You should have been thinking about it yesterday. And if you weren't thinking about it yesterday, the best time to start is now.